Okay, good morning. 6:30 in the morning, 58 degrees here at the Knucklebark Ranch. It is, we are 2 days to a full moon. Right now it is a waxing gibbous, and that means gibbous means that it's not totally full. It's kind of oddly shaped like a hump or, whatever, but it will be full in 2 days. So we are in a waxing moon, and they say to plant your above ground crops on waxing moons if you plant with a moon, and plant your underground or root crops on a waning moon. So here we have our cantaloupe this morning, and we decided that we weren't going to do them like the watermelons. I probably showed you a video a couple of days ago that I was talking about going ahead and treating these watermelons the same way we treat the tomatoes. I'm sorry, I'm not focused. Anyway, so we will, and then when we get to these where you can see the little blossoms there. They haven't opened up yet because it's still pretty cool. So they're starting to open though. You'll see one right here is open, right? Anyways, so. And we will continue to observe these watermelons. And as they put on watermelons, if we decide that we want a big watermelon on one of these vines, well, what we'll do is, when we see the watermelon, is we'll clip the top. See, this vine got broke yesterday. I was trying to get it up through there and trying to weave it through, and that's kind of a silly thing to do, but we did it. So this side right here, we got watermelon plants right along here. We're gonna have them go up and over this way, and then they can grow out that way all they want. Deer will probably feast on them. And then these watermelons along this side right here, we'll bring them up and over this trellis, see, right? And this is just wire. This is just makeshift. This won't be this way. But we will continue to develop this garden as it goes, as we go along year after year. Here we have these cantaloupes. We're not going to do them like we did that watermelon, and they are going to go up and over this trellis this way, just like these here. So it'll be like a melon tunnel. There's our wonderful corn, doing well. It's growing feverishly. We're loving that. And I know it's probably cheaper, but 2 years for a dollar. I remember when we used to get like 11 or 10 or 11 years for a dollar when we had an abundance of them. And so here we are. I thought over here at our exposed beds, the deer, and here we go. We're waiting for these berries on these asparagus to turn red, and once they turn red, they're done. I hope we can harvest them before they drop off onto the ground. We want to take these seeds off this female plant right here. These are male plants. You can tell by the little pod-looking things that they get on them. So you see the little pollinators, and these are the little female plants. They've been pollinated already. And so we'll collect the seeds off of that. The sun is giving me fits. And then we will plant them in these two beds. So we're done harvesting. The deer have been here. So these tomato plants right here, I know what they are. I grew in here last year. These plants right here are volunteers. And I'm just kind of waiting for these blossoms to turn brown so they can harvest the seed. And these are red onions. We won't be planting any more onions by sets. We will be using seeds from now on. We're going to plant with seeds, and I think we can plant onions with our asparagus, just not bunching onions. We're going to have to pull some of those out, but it comes in handy because I haven't had to buy any onions for a long time. And so what we'll end up doing is, I went and cleaned all the onions that we harvested here a month or so ago, 2 months ago, whatever it was. And we had them in the drying shed to cure, and I finally went in there and got them out and got the garlic that cured. I got it out and put it in the root cellar. So, and excuse me, root cellar is probably one of the cheapest, best ways to. What do we have here? I wonder if this guy's ready to drop her seeds. And so, still not turning brown. Anyway, so when these turn brown, we'll harvest the onions off of, and it'll be part of our dish that we cook. I do all the cooking here at the ranch, and it looks like our poke salad is coming along. Now, if you wanted to eat this is these little leaves down here is the one. You have to boil them twice. And if I was to eat them, I would definitely do my research before I tried cooking any of them. But why? Some people swear by them. They swear by the health benefits. But I don't know anything about that because I don't eat it. And then here, see, this is really overgrown. I've got to get in here and get these bunching onions. Bunching onions are great, and you ain't got anything else you can use. You can pull them out or cut them off and put them in your dish if you need onions. These guys right here, I think we get them out, we're going to give more space for our asparagus here, and our asparagus is doing well. You know, it's got, the shoots are still coming up. So what we want these to do is to continue growing throughout the summer, and then in the fall they'll turn brown, and then we'll cut them off because we want these crowns or nodes, whatever you want to call them. Well, we want these crowns and nodes to be all the roots to be full of food, right? Because these guys are producing the food for the roots and the spears, and then we will begin harvest again in the spring when the soil warms up. And the asparagus are pretty good indicators of the soil warming up, and especially being in these big old steel barrels, they'll start popping up, and then that's when you can start harvesting. And then pretty soon when it really warms up, boy, they'll just take off. So you have about 6 to 8 weeks after your first harvest to harvest your asparagus. So the more you plant, the more of the harvest you're going to be able to, the crop, you know, you're going to be able to harvest more spears off your crop. And yeah, and asparagus is just delicious. There's a lot of health benefits for it. We kind of break the mold as far as the health benefits by making a casserole that's made with cream and mozzarella cheese and asparagus spears. And I next time I make it, though, I'm going to make it with little pieces of grilled chicken, little chunks of grilled chicken, and put in the casserole. And talk about good. That's all you need to eat. I mean, that's a meal in itself. Hey, Pete, let me bring this dog along with me because we're going to go over in the other garden and look at some stuff there. Come on, Pete. Come on, Pete. Come on. Come on, Petey. Come on. Come on. Attaboy. Good dog. Hey, go this way. Come on. Oh, please don't run off on me. It's my granddaughter's dog, so I'm dog sitting, and it would be devastating for him to run off because that's what he likes to do, is he runs off on you. Come on. Come on. Come in here. Don't look at me like I'm crazy, because you just need to behave. All right. So now that I see he pushes his way through there to get out, I'll have to hang this later. Anyways, that's my gate closer thing. Anyway, so now we have these determinate here. These are aromas. This is an indeterminate that a friend gave me. Here we got our beans. We have our beans growing. we're trying to find a place to plant some squash, and then I got to replant some of the corn up at the upper garden up there. But our Swiss chard's doing really good. I mean, we need to actually, person doesn't need that much. I got a bunch over there too. That's the rhubarb Swiss chard. Anyways, so the tomatoes, what we did this morning is we went ahead and clipped off a lot of these shade leaves right here, because they're pulling a lot of nutrients and stuff out of from our plants. So we just cut them like that, right? And well, because we want the airflow, we want this stuff, and I want to focus these plants' energy. I want to focus these plants' energy to grow the top around up over the top. So that's what we're doing here this morning. I like to spend an hour or so every morning with my garden at sunup. It's kind of, like I said before, it's a spiritual thing for me. And you know, when I read the Bible, I read the Bible about how God walked in the garden with Adam and Eve in the cool of the morning. And that's what God, he loved to have some company, you know. And so he created Adam and Eve, and he made it a good life for them. And he walked with them in the garden before they sinned, and had Adam and Eve had great companionship. And really, a lot of times when you don't know what you got, it's gone. So until it's gone, so that's that. Anyway, so yeah, we're gonna go ahead and continue to cut these limbs off. I mean, like I said, I don't think you don't want to overcut, but you don't want to undercut neither. So you want to try to force this growth into the top. And this one's kind of spindly. This one is a Sweet 100. These are cherry tomatoes. They do better in partial shade, and that's why they're here, right here. So the sun comes up over there, over Bear Mountain, and it goes down over here, over that way. So 21st is coming up, and that will be the summer solstice. That is going to be the longest day of the year and longest sunlight day. And so we're going to be headed back the other way after the 21st. So I think we're going to try to get something else planted right here in this. We're going to pull these out and plant something else. I think we have way too much. So I'm just going to leave a bit, because we can't eat all those greens, although they're healthy. And a lot of people don't eat greens. And so, you know, we don't really have places people to give them to. And so that's that. Well, I'll probably make another video once I get up on top, and I'm going to cut another one of these shade leaves off right here. I got some house cleaning to do here in the garden. We got to get some garbage out of here, all that stuff. And so we are going to be cleaning up. This is my board, my germination board. It's just a board, came off of a pallet. And what I do is when I plant, I set that germination board, and it keeps the ground moist. You know, setting a board on your seedlings after you plant keeps the ground moist. And I'm probably going to go up there and plant that corn, because I had a couple of them that didn't come up. Surprise, surprise. But that's what I'm going to do here in a few minutes. I'll go up there and take my board up there and plant that corn. And here's my seed container. I need to get me a little thing like a file box so I can keep my seeds. Sometimes I try to figure out what I can plant next, and then I got such a mess in my box I can't figure it out, because I got stuff, and then I'll discover things later after the fact, and I'll go, oh my gosh, I could have planted those 2 weeks ago, and now it's too late. But anyway, so waiting for my lettuce to go to seed. It's doing pretty good. Yeah, we got some little blossoms on there. So I really like this lettuce. This is a really, really good lettuce. A little bit bitter now. It's past its prime, but it's really good lettuce. It's crispy. You don't need to it. You can it crunches and stuff. So here we have a visitor. We have some beehives. My neighbor has some beehives right down there, so we benefit from that. But here is that blossom. If you see, it's got some pest on it. Very few. It's too late to spray this morning. I can come out here and spray tonight after the bees go to bed. But that's the way you want to do it. You want to spray. Try to spray when the bees go to bed before they wake up in the morning. And sometimes they don't leave the hive on these cold mornings because they're fanning their wings and creating kinetic energy to warm up the hive. And they do the same thing to cool it down on the really hot days. They'll get in there and fan their wings to keep the airflow through, to protect the larvae and keep the the hive. Excuse me. Oh, we have a little. Excuse me. Sucked it down the wrong throat. My goodness. Tickle, tickle. Okay, so I think that's it for this garden this morning. Yeah, I'll have to spray early in the morning. Man, thanks for watching.